Hey y'all, test. Sweet. I'm sending out stream announcements and we'll be on the way. Looks like our luck is not immediately ready to turn around in terms of seeding order, because we got a good old fourth seed game again. But we'll see how the rest of the game goes. I'm a pretty big fan of Plow Driver, but I'm also a pretty big fan of Cultivator. The miners are pretty good too. Riding desk, food basket, horse-drawn boat, overhaul. Aquwise, there's also a cooperative plower. There's a plow. Well, that's not very good. But there's plow driver, cultivator, potato digger. On the wheel, I'm gonna get something like domestician, equipper, pig breeder. None of which is super thrilling. Hey Cosmo, welcome. A Sunday stream. Yeah, it is a Sunday stream today. I think I'm going to take Cultivator. As much as I am a fan of Plow Driver, I think Cultivator's just about as good, but Cultivator's more flexible. It combos with a lot of other stuff. Plow Driver forces you into a certain thing. Also being fourth seat, it's less likely I get early RSF, which really helps enable Plow Driver. I think I'm also taking Food Basket. Because I want to plow anyhow, Food Basket helps give crops and just a really good exchange. I think it's just a really solid miner. Honestly, writing desk is pretty good though too. Obviously, getting to play extra ox can be very powerful, but the ox I'm getting on the wheel don't thrill me enough to make me think I need to be playing more of them. I see a loam pit, which is always pretty tempting just to get out of the draft in case anybody has anything. The hawk tower though is very powerful if somebody's gonna go mason. Even if not going mason, hawk tower alone is often okay. I like Stable Master as a way to hold animals and get some breeding going before the end of the game. Potato Harvester is kind of cute and it's fine. But I think I take Stable Master here, be able to breed stuff. I don't think Potter Shamrocks is very good in without bake enablers, and I've not seen any obvious bake enabling yet. So really the question is if we're cutting Loam Pit or we're cutting Hawk Tower. And I guess I take Hawk Tower just because I know there's a plow driver, and that's pretty scary to pass around. I think I'm more afraid of plow driver Hawk Tower than I am of whatever Loam Pit combos I might be passing to somebody. I mean, I don't know any Loam Pit combos yet, though, so like, meh, it's probably fine. We'll see. This table's pretty good, so will be interesting to see how that plays out also. We'll find out. All right. There's a half-timbered house, and we have a hawk tower, so we're gonna get a 4-room stone house. That's pretty tempting. Field clay with cultivators kind of okay. Small basket, and none of that's really very good. Catcher's pretty bad. Small trader's meh. Interior decorator with a fast reno plan is not unplayable. Tree farm joiner though is quite strong, being able to play a couple extra improvements. Tree farm joiner with hawk tower is also pretty nice because the timing on getting hawk tower down can be really a pain. I also kind of do like buyer here because I have reason to want extra reed and extra stone. So and I have a place to put the animals. This is a pretty good buyer setup also though. Huh. Yeah, this one's slightly tricky. It's a pretty damn good buyer setup because I have clear use for the reed and stone. And I have clear use for the animals. I think I'm still just going to go tree farm joiner. But that buyer is pretty good. But Tree Farm Joiner is so powerful. 2 wood and 2 minor improvement actions is very helpful a lot of the time. It does slightly depend on how good the miners are, but the miners thus far have been pretty good. I'm going to get something pretty good out of my first pack. Even if I don't get Plow Driver back, Hawk Tower, Half Timbered House is already like a pretty powerful game plan. Now, admittedly, given there is a Plow Driver, my Hawk Tower becomes a bit worse because now there's a lot of Reno pressure. So there is that to be concerned about. Salter is kind of intriguing, but I think I'd still rather just have a Hearth. Hide Farmer seems totally playable, though. I have no reason. Hide Farmer lets me fence tight, and save a couple points and be worth playing at the end game. Otherwise, the rest of these cards are kind of early game at the moment, so I like having end game stuff. I'm also a pretty big newly plowed field fan, especially with Cultivator. Cultivator is very nice because it just works for each field tile. It doesn't matter what actions you're taking, so like newly plowed field works with Cultivator. I'm a little concerned about the playability of my miners if I take newly plowed field. That's the only downside. Newly plowed field and half timbered house, and that makes the tree farm joiner a bit worse, but I don't really need the rest of these cards. I'm not using ale benches with this hand, and oven site's pretty garbage. Yeah, I'll take a newly plowed field and I'll take a hide farmer. Although, given that I have a newly plowed field and a cultivator, I am plowing a lot, so I don't totally know how much this hide farmer is doing for me. But I also don't care about any of these other cards. So, Domestician came back, which is a slight bummer, because actually it's not very good with any of these. In fact, none of this has turned very good, actually, because Feed Yard and Milking Place are not very playable. Manger doesn't make any sense with a Hide Farmer Cultivator game plan. So I guess I take Trellises, but I'm also not planning to fence early, so this Tree Farm Joiner is also looking worse and worse, because I really don't have miners I care about playing. All of that's kind of unfortunate. I guess I take Pig Breeder for the Ock, but because I'm not going to play Cooperative Plower, and I don't need Domestician Expert with Stable Master. Yeah, it's pretty, this is gross. I guess I could take Manger and throw out Hide Farmer, maybe? And just cut Manger from anybody else. Yeah, this has not quite come together here, actually. Okay, now I at least have some playable cards, but, well, not the things, but the miners here I can at least play. Oops, I don't have my computer plugged in, that's dumb. Stable Architect is like mildly a thing with Stable Master, because I'll probably have Anon Fence stable, but it's not really a thing. None of these are really a thing. I also don't really think I want to be doing Potter Ceramics things, because I have no real bake enablers, but I guess I could build a clay oven off Potter Ceramics just once. Alternatively, I take Automatic Water Trough just because it helps me get an animal, which I guess is like fine. Potter Ceramics is at least free. Although I really want to be using stone for renos as well as clay, so it's really hard to justify. Also, Plow Driver did not come back, so Hawk Tower Half Timbered House is going to run into issues. I think once again I've drafted mildly poorly here. I've wound up with a hand that doesn't fully make sense. I think I'd be better off with Buyer than Tree Farm Joiner, because I really don't need the extra improvement actions from Tree Farm Joiner, so I'm not even sure I'm going to play Tree Farm Joiner, because I just don't need to play these improvements. Which means I should just take the Automatic Water Trough, because it at least does something. Reader of Renovator maybe is a way for me to get a bunch of read, a little bit of read. I don't know. These are not playable. I guess Stable Architect. Maybe I build. I don't know. None of this is good. Plain Cultivator. Yeah. Look, the Cultivator is still good. Don't give me that. And I did get Interior Decorator back still, so that's actually kind of nice. The Interior Decorator is fine. The small basket's actually fine too, because I need to take some read actions, and getting extra veggies is kind of nice, because I plan to do a Hearth game plan. I'm not a big fan of brotherly love, so all right. Anyhow, yeah, cultivator is definitely still playable. That's not the problem. Like I can play cultivator, I can play stable master. Um, like the hand's not completely problematic, but it's a little awkward. There's not. Basically, the issue is I'm a little more narrow than I'd like to be. Because like I kind of think I have to exploit Hawk Tower or Half Timbered House, but I'm gonna be fighting a plow driver for the Renos in the mid game, which could get really awkward and could kill the Hawk Tower if I'm not aggressive enough. But being aggressive enough on Hawk Tower means that I need lots of RSFs, and I'm fourth seat, so like that's never a guaranteed. Honestly, it's very unclear that I get Ock, right? Like you don't often get Ock in round one. Stable planner first pick for red, that's pretty good. So if somebody else is interested in holding early breeding animals, which makes my stable master weaker. It also makes the domestician weaker. An assistant tiller is shown up. If they got past the loam pit, that's scary. Um, they definitely could have got the loam pit. Hopefully they didn't. RSF does get taken, so this is another game where we're paying slight third seat tax or fourth seat tax because I would have loved to just cultivate or plow, but instead I'm gonna probably be three wooding day laboring or something, which is fine. It's not the end of the world by any means, but it's just been a rough run of Agricola for me. And rough run, I mean three-ish games that have not gone my way. Which how rough is that? Like whatever, but um, yeah, been a little frustrating to not have great positions, great drafts, but these things happen. It's far from over, but we do hope that like somebody wants to start player. Oh, we're also not getting day labor, duh, right? Oh no, wow. Assistant Tiller's gonna get played and not used. I never understand this. Why are we playing expensive Ock Tiller over just taking RSF or something? I mean, I guess we probably have more day labor cards. I don't know. I just don't. I don't think Assistant Tiller is a card you have to rush out in stage one, especially if you don't plan to day labor. But Teal's gonna day labor. Well, this is awkward. I can just plow without without cultivator down, which I guess is what I do. I could SP assistant water trough, but that doesn't like it's basically SP nada. I'm not really interested in SP nada here. I don't think. I think I'll just plow and stay last. Plowing without cultivator is sad, but also when am I getting these plows in? I don't know. So I'll just take a good action. But severe four seat penalties. Partly drafting error, I guess. I should have taken a minor I actually wanted to play in stage one at some point in the draft. Although I don't exactly know where that was supposed to be. Because it's not clear to me there were any minors that were great to start player with in round one, which is why nobody was doing it. But, oh well. I guess that could have been a weird situation where single read was maybe correct. I have claimed that single read is undertaken. Could have been correct to go single read, but I really just want RSFs. Not that I'm probably going to get RSFs, but that's what I want. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm not getting RSF here. I will take free Ock, but I don't expect it. But I'll probably just expensive Ock Cultivator. I could expensive Ock Stable Master and start fighting for the sheep, but that doesn't seem particularly good, so. Swagman. What? Swagman is coming down here? That's crazy to me. Okay. Swagman is surprising. Not getting RSF opportunities yet, too, is unfortunate, but again, what can you do? It would be nice to be able to play Food Basket at some point, kind of early, so that I can make use of all these fields I'm taking early, because my plan is to just keep plowing and not fighting too hard for growth. Like, plowing has got to be the best action on the board now for me at the moment. Like, I don't want to SP. If I plow two more times, newly plowed field becomes a fine SP also. Although again, then I'm gonna have four fields. Like by stage two, what am I doing with four fields by that point? But purple is gonna plow or day labor now, which is baffling to me. Why was two wood better last round and now two food is better? I can't answer that. We're staying fourth seat because Joy's, I mean, partly because I don't want to SP, but not the prettiest start, but far from the worst. We're okay. But if only we had a cesspit. Cesspit would make this all sing a lot better too. Like, holy crap. But we don't, so it's fine. RSF is good. Foreclay is good. Ox Stable Master is fine, I guess. I still can take the sheep. It's late major, so it's not super clear that even though Postake's going to get one stable next round, it's not super clear that Postake's going to want those sheep. So Stable Master into taking 3 sheep and breeding them is fine. I don't mind doing that. I am going to need some food actions eventually, probably. But we'll see. I like Foreclay quite a bit, though, to try to get a Hearth. I like RSF a lot. Those are my preferred actions. But, of course, those may be the actions that disappear here. And, of course, they are. So, I guess I still just go Stable Master here, and I'll take 3 sheep next round. I'm not sure that's the best location for that stable, actually. But whatever. I'll put it there. Yeah, this is not good. It's not awful, but it's not good. I should have probably had an SP ready, I guess. Or I should have just SP Nada at the end of round 1. Oh wow, Red's gonna re-up start though. Probably fighting for a fireplace, but that doesn't make a ton of sense given that I just played a Stable Master. Unless they're gonna open sheep. I don't understand this SP for Tumbril, but whatever. I'm probably just taking 3 food. As much as I don't want to take 3 food, it's probably my best action, which is also really sad to hear. Equipper in front of us is also a little sad because they're probably not going to SP very much. Yeah, and the people after us have room parts instead of me, so yeah, everything is not great here. I guess I could technically plow here, but then I still need to take a food action. And I want to take the sheep. I probably am supposed to just take 3 food, as gross of an action as it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna take 3 food. But, ugh. And next round I want to take sheep plus something else. It's not a thrilling round when the board's finally getting very good, but... But admittedly, the only thing, assuming I get the sheep, I am going to have breeding sheep on my farm, along with 2 fields already down. I have 2 ox already down. Like, my compensation for not having room parts is I do have some other parts of my game developed. The downside is I have no reed. I'm nowhere near renoing. Nowhere near playing Hawk Tower. But we'll see. I also don't have that much wood. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see. Tumbrel's going to be kind of cute later with Stable Planner. Postake has SP'd into build. Oh, undoes. Build does kind of make sense because otherwise purple's going to build. I like a lot of options on this board, though. So many options. Is this 2 room? No, we can't win this game on 2 rooms. We gotta build a room and then grow. Postake is gonna fireplace, which is just kind of baffling. SP into fireplace is so weak here. I don't understand why people do this. Like, I'm clearly gonna take the sheep. The person after you is gonna build this way. I mean, I guess you don't guarantee the fireplace unless you take it now, but what is the fireplace doing for you if you don't have access to the sheep? I guess you can fight for the next sheep grab, so fine. I have to take the sheep first action, so I have to wait to wheel another better action now too, is the other sad part of this, but whatever. RSF is available, 2 reeds available, 4 clays available, 3 woods available. So I'm gonna get one of those back at least. A bookcase comes down off the equipper. That's pretty spicy. Yeah, 4 clay looks solid here though. 4 clay at least lets me fight for hearth, although unfortunately I think Pro Hell also wants hearth with a bookcase getting played. Um, but I need a lot of clay, so I'll take 4 clay because I'm happy to take more clay because I want clay for hearth, I want clay for Hawk Tower, I want clay for Reno. Wow, I don't get clay back. Why? Hope for late grow. I have a hidden green stable. I do have a hidden green stable. That part's true. Hoping for late growth is like, yeah, very correct. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're needing a good amount of help to be honest. I guess I can SP small basket into 6 wood if nobody takes the 3 wood here. That's at least kind of nice, although having no reed yet is not nice. Potato harvester off the assistant tiller. I'm assuming they kept the potato digger and they're running assistant tiller, potato harvester, and potato digger, but I don't know for sure. It could also just be playing ox because they're trying to push out a loam pit. They actually might have got the loam pit, which is pretty disgusting to think about. Um, yeah, we'll find out. If Prohel takes 3 wood here, I will take RSF over 2 reed. As much as I need reed, I also want the stone. Like I kind of don't want a star player here, but if I'm forced to SP into 6 wood, I'll SP into 6 wood, I guess. But no, okay, SP into 6 wood's gone. I do just take RSF. That's fine. Honestly, I kind of prefer that. I didn't really want to SP. Um, it's possible I should just take 2 reed because I need a bunch of reed, but like, I don't know. I need so much. I'm gonna take the RSF. Oh, and Prohel undoes though. Glorious. Oh nope, redoes. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna take RSF. That's 3 wood, no equipper. Okay. Alright, I would really need clay for a fireplace or a hearth. I need clay for Hawk Tower, because this is the other awkward part about Hawk Tower. I do have to get Hawk Tower played. It is looking like the Tree Farm Joiner might save me on the Hawk Tower play, though. I could play Tree Farm Joiner to play Hawk Tower, and I'm getting to the point of being able to place enough of these other miners while still fighting for growth, including Food Basket, that it might all work out. Um, but yeah, we're definitely hoping for late growth. I really need other people to have to SP for growth to slow them down. If they just get to grow, okay, yeah, it's not early growth, and it's early Reno, so the Reno queue might be slightly more open too. Assuming anybody else is gonna Reno early, which I have no idea what everybody's been fighting for the clay for. Like, why did Postake take 4 clay last round? Hell if I can tell. I have no clue why Postake took 4 clay, but Postake taking 4 clay does kind of suggest they didn't keep Loam Pit, which does suggest that Purple has a Loam Pit, which Purple having a Loam Pit is really problematic. It's a big issue. I don't know that I can beat Tiller Loam Pit, who has the first room and first growth. Also, Postic building Fireplace last round looks kind of crazy because Purple's almost certainly going to SP to grow first, and if it's late growth, Red's going to grow last now because of that decision. Or at least probably grow last because of that decision. I'm taking 3 Read or RSF. I assume Purple SPs, but maybe Purple doesn't SP. Maybe Purple's happy growing second, actually. It's possible. It's very possible that Purple doesn't care. Yeah, actually, it could work out for Red. Although Red also doesn't have food, although they're going to take the sheep. Whatever. I definitely need to take a read action. I need to get some more wood. I'm happy to take clay into fireplace stuff. I guess bottom feeding 5 food is not awful, although I really need a way to eat these sheep, so. But we'll see what happens. If we somehow get late growth and I fall into the growth queue and I actually am able to play Hawk Tower and run our game plan, we're totally fine. Honestly, even mid growth, we're probably competitive. It was early growth where we were super doomed. Um, and we're not dead at the moment. We just need a couple of breaks. We just need to be able to get a couple of our preferred actions. Stage one was a little too forced on what we had to do. Hopefully, stage two isn't also being kind of forced onto actions and we instead get a bit more of what we prefer. We're not going to get RSF here because Teal's going to take it, so that part's a little bit of a bummer because we're going to get read blocked again. Um, Purple taking read instead of SPing is unfortunate, but I will at least take 4 clay here. Obviously, I would I need the clay for the hearth. Although I'm still expecting Prohel to build hearth. Although Prohel's also played this freaking Swagman. I don't. We'll see what Prohel does. Red is gonna take food and not fight for SP. That's unfortunate. Please SP purple. Please don't let them continue to get away with this. Oh my god, we're still not going to fight for growth. See, this is very unfortunate. People building early rooms and not fighting for growth is totally reasonable, but I need them to slow each other down. I don't need this. Playing Wool Grower is a super effing clear sign that we're, super, and Hearth goes instantly, which was expected, but yeah, just miserable for me. I'm leaving, I guess I just take 3 wood though. I could SP into 6 wood, but I really don't want to do that. I don't want to SP because I mean, I guess I could play Hawk Tower into 6 wood. Actually, wait a sec. Playing Hawk Tower into 6 wood is maybe the play. It's a little awkward because then I don't have clay for anything else, but Hawk Tower into 6 wood. Red's gonna SP or grow. Hopefully SP, I guess. I'm gonna be last in the growth queue. I need a lot of clay now because I'm gonna need 5 clay for a hearth. Why does Postake have 4 clay? I can't. Ugh, this is 1,000% a lone pit. Why did we take 3 whatever. I mean, my opponents are allowed to take actions. I sometimes can't. This is another one of those games where I can't. They're not taking the actions I want them to be doing, and I don't immediately know why they have resources that they've taken, but they'll eventually reveal. SP into 6 wood into hopefully RSF is okay, and then round 7 is hopefully clay into a hearth. Ugh, it's not beautiful, but I'm not messing with the growth queue by doing this, and I'm getting the Hawk Tower out, which is, I mean, we have to make the Hawk Tower work to win, but the Hawk Tower is not looking great. Growth flips, which is not really what I wanted, but Purple at least has to SP because of the Swagman, so I should get RSF, although I guess technically Prohel could take RSF. Yeah, Prohel could RSF on me, I guess. I don't know. Potter Ceramics for red. I guess that's why we took the clay, because we're going to run Potter Ceramics. I don't know. Purple does what they're supposed to, which is SP, and here comes Lone Pit. Yeah, Lone Pit went to the tiller. Well, for fuck's sake, then. Bleh. I don't know why Purple didn't play an Ock last round, and then they could have SP'd Lone Pit and grown first. That would have been nice. Prohel does decide to take 4 wood. That's very welcome. I at least get RSF here. So that's good. We're ready to build a room on time. But gosh, we are behind on actions. I'm barely capable of building a room on time, actually. I really want 4 clay into... I want 4 clay into 3 clay fireplace, actually. If I do want to build 3 clay fireplace, it turns out, right? Because I'll have 6 total clay, which is enough for 3 clay for a reno, 3 clay for fireplace. We have buyer from Postake. Okay. I mean, Postake wants those sheep next round, presumably. Prohel's Swagman building here and then also needs food. I'm not even going to build next round? How dangerous is that? My gosh. I don't know. Actually, Prohel might not build here. Might build next round, right? Yeah, Prohel might just build next round rather than SP. Which is maybe okay for both me and Prohel. Maybe we... Got it. Am I going to get jumped, though? Postake's very far away from another room, though, right? I should be okay, actually. If Prohel builds next round, I should get build in round 8 and grow in 9 without having to SP for it. I think. I guess the dangers of Prohel... No, Prohel needs food, though, too. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Red really wants the 3 sheep. But Prohel also kind of wants the 3 sheep. But Prohel also needs to build. I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, things are okay on our farm. They're not great. Purple doesn't have to grow first action and is just going to till for more food. Okay. I mean, this tiller loam pit is obviously a problem, especially because I think they have potato digger. Prohel isn't going to take the sheep, so red is going to get the sheep. That's a bummer. Red getting the sheep is very dreamy for them, obviously, but it's okay. I at least do get 4 clay. Again, 4 clay is pretty good, though, because then I do get to build fireplace. At least I think I get fireplace back. Yeah, I should get fireplace back. It should go sheep, grow, food action, which is probably 4 food, or Ock, I guess. Although it's not clear Ock feeds them. And then next round I open build. And then I try to get some read actions and start renovating. I mean, my reno pressure is getting up there, but I think we're sneaking by with what we need to do. I mean, to be clear, it's not even clear what my game plan is like obviously winning, but a 4-room stone house, not terrible. Wow, muddy puddles loam pit. Ugh. Purple's probably winning. This is a dad has such a good setup. But Prohel is gonna Ock. Interesting. Okay. Wonder what Ock this is. Fisherman's friend. Okay. Well, good luck with that. I need a fireplace because I'm hungry. But this fireplace does work out. I still have clay to reno after I build. So it's okay. The reno pressure is high though. Like I can still get really I could still get killed on this Hawk Tower room because like I might need reno in 10 and 11, in which case I just die. So like I'm gonna have to try to prioritize getting reno in round 9. Like this is tough though because I have to build and grow. So my other 2 actions basically have to be read and reno. Which like maybe, but I think I almost have to do that because trying to get renovation around 10 and 11 is probably too aggressive. So we'll see. The good news is both Prohel and I don't have to SP to grow, although only Purple had to SP to grow, and it was freaking SP Loam Pit. So like, truthfully, nobody's really had to SP to grow. But Postake is in a kind of blessed spot, though. I mean, Stable Planner has been good for them, obviously, but like they have very few resources after growing first. They do have a fireplace and breeding sheep. Postake's position's reasonable, but it's not as great as I think you'd want it to be. I do still have the 2 fields, which is nice. I eventually get a food basket played. In fact, I'm eligible to play food basket. Taking a read action's a little awkward because I'm probably growing with small basket at this point, unless I can grow with food basket, which I also want a reno hearth is my game plan at the moment. I'd like to be able to renovate to the other hearth. Long term, I would like a hearth, but it's possible the other hearth gets built before I have time to renovate to it, and I might have to live the game on a fireplace, which is It's potentially doable. I would probably need some other food source, but maybe not. I have very early sheep that are breeding, as does Red is breeding sheep, so like the game's starting to get a bit of food. There's a lot of day labor food injection happening too, and now there's this fisherman's friend who's gonna add a bit of food. Yeah, and so then the bottom feeding might actually be pretty good. Okay. Red can SP into 6 wood here. Might be what they're thinking about. Um, Could be what they're thinking about. Oh, wow, no, they're just going to take bottom feeding. Mess with the fisherman's friend. That's kind of crazy. Purple gets gifted 6 wood. That's awful. I cannot... Why does Postake take 4 food over blocking the leader of the game from getting handed 6 wood? I don't have an answer for that, but I think it's exceptionally weak. I think it's game losing weak. Like you can't you can't be allowing this to happen. Like, you grew first. You can't let the person that's growing second and has the combo get 6 wood here if you want to win the game. Like, at least I don't think you can. Purple's only weakness is that they don't have wood, and allowing them to get 6 wood for just free is wild. For the record, I still haven't answered why Postake took 4 clay. I still don't really understand why Purple chose to take 3 reed instead of fighting harder for growth or doing other actions. Um, I'm assuming Postake took the 4 clay probably because Potter Ceramics, but taking clay that you're not using during the mid game for this long is just weird to me. Also, why are you taking 4 food if you're gonna Potter Ceramics? Whatever. I'm just ranting a little because I this is a game where I am just mad that I'm not like first or second seed. I'm not at a different position in the draft. I feel like I could be playing certain positions much better, and I feel like I'm just got the biggest shaft of this game. But whatever. Anyhow, what's my favorite pizza topping? Have you asked me that? You might have. Pro Hell taking Reed is unfortunate. Pro Hell taking Reed is just annoying. I wanted that Reed pile, Pro Hell. I guess you can build again is the theory. Pro Hell has to grow though. Oh, but Purple can build a room. I still have to build first action. I really need RSF on the wheel. This is where my position is still really effing bad because, yeah, like, I'm just behind tempo on everything and taking everything because I've been forced to take actions that I don't want to be, and bleh, it's so annoying. But it's whatever. Purple's probably going to Reno this round. It looks like Purple's next action is Reno Pottery, is my guess. I'm not sure of that, but it makes a lot of sense. Pro Hell grows. I do at least get RSF, which I kind of need, because again, I basically need to Reno next round if I'm going to have any chance at this. Hawk Tower. I really need to avoid the situation of needing Reno in rounds 10 and 11. Also, there's really no other good actions on this board for me, so... it means I can't grow with Food Basket, which is a bit sad, but I can at least grow with Small Basket next round, so that's fine. I hopefully renovate Hearth. It still could be worse. Anyhow, favorite pizza topping? Yeah, just pepperoni. Oh, Red's gonna renovate. Okay, well, that's fine too. Although they take the Hearth, which that part sucks, because I did want the other Hearth. Postake taking Hearth makes sense, though, with Buyer, so I guess that's what the clay was for, eventual Reno. Fair enough. Board does flip, so there is more food in the game. Without a Hearth, I don't know what I'm renovating to. I guess I could renovate with the Well next round. That's very greedy, because I need stone to renovate with, and it's late stone, and I'm not taking stone next round. Also, is this SP for... We're re-upping SP? That's intriguing. I guess what the hell else are we doing here as Purple? Although as Purple, we could take 2 stone? I don't mind 2 stone for Purple, or just major minor. Purple might renovate first action, though, which would be annoying. I don't know what's going to happen, though, so whatever. I just have no tempo in this game, and I have to keep being forced to just take actions. I have to do certain things. I'm just in incredibly tight situations still. I have very little freedom in taking actions or dictating what anybody else is doing, and I'm instead getting told what I'm doing. Which, hey, it happens. But yeah, it's been a rough run of Agricola lately. This is just a lot of my games are. So I guess I should maybe think about how I'm drafting a bit, or we just don't overreact too much because it's only like 3 or 4 or 5 games, and that's just how life is sometimes. That's a interesting horse-drawn boat. Purple doesn't have a cookery, so what are we doing with all those sheep? I guess we could build a fireplace now. Nobody using ovens is a little sad. Next round, what's going to happen, by the way? Prohel really needs to take the 2 pigs next round in order to feed. So yeah, Prohel takes 2 pigs. Purple, I don't know what they're doing. I have to grow, and I want to just renovate. I think I am going to possibly greed out renovate well, but gosh, it's incredibly greedy. Renovate well could mean that I just don't get my Hawk Tower room. Then it could just be Reno Nada. Or Reno Automatic Water Trough for an extra sheep. We'll think about this. It's possible that I probably am not supposed to build a well since I can just get a Hawk Tower room. Purple does have Potato Digger, which I expected. It's such an annoyingly good position for purple. Like, their draft is great. I don't know why Postake passed a Loam Pit. Boo. I mean, I also passed a Loam Pit, but I would argue Hawk Tower in a Plow Driver game was still very reasonable. Also, who does have the Plow Driver? Oh, duh. Postake has Plow Driver probably, which is why they're pushing for Reno parts also. Yeah, actually, that's what's happening here. Postake's doing the Reno game plan right after me, which means Prohel's going to have easy access to plows because there's going to be Plow Driver and Assistant Tiller in front of them. Yeah, Postake definitely has Plow Driver, and they're also in the Reno queue hard. Okay. Yeah, intrigue. Given the Reno queue is so hard, I'm just renovating to the well. I don't know. Although watch purple renovate right here. Yeah, okay. All right, Hawk Tower's dead. Reno Nada sounds like a delicious Mexican beverage. Lumen having a rough run lately. I know Lumen's had a rough run, yeah. This is such an annoying, like, Agricola's so annoying sometimes. Like, just look at this. Like, I got Reno blocked here. Like, my god. I guess I just take 3 wood. Like, I mean, it's purple is or red is annoyed they got Reno blocked too. But yeah, there's no way that I get there's no way I get this Hawk Tower room in. Hawk Tower dies, which means Half Timbered House dies, which means I'm running a 3-room game plan into Oblivion. Yeah, that's really what's gonna happen here. I could plow. I could plow, but like, why am I plowing? Plowing is like the least contested thing in this game. I'm just gonna take 3 wood. Yeah. Oh, I could just build the well. I could just build the well alternatively. Also, I don't. No, I'm just gonna renovate well eventually. Yeah, hopefully. Renovate well, never renovate to stone. Yeah, that's actually fine. And yeah, nobody else built a room. Okay. Yeah, just take 3 more wood. All right. This is fine. Everything's fine. Red might start player to Reno. That part's less fine, but at least take wood. There's a lot of wood pressure still in the game. Nobody has fences. The animals are good. We can try to be a guy that fences early. But who knows? If you plow, you can play the miner, which gives you an additional plow, and since I have cultivator. Yeah, but how? But to what end, Cosmo? I can eventually play that also, and again, what does that get me? Like, yay, I get 2 more fields, sure, but I'll get 2 fields easily. I will eventually play that. But I can't take 3 wood very easily this game. Like, this game's about to turn into a game where I cannot easily take 3 wood, but I will very easily get another plow action. Postake is playing Plow Driver, and there's an Assistant Tiller. Like, I mean, yes, Prohel will be fighting me for plows, and maybe that makes it a little tricky, but I have 0 fear. I will get the plows. Like, it's not a problem. In order to win this game, I'm going to have to, like, do something better than other players, which hopefully is fence earlier than them. I don't even think that's that likely, though. I mean, this is really probably a lost game, but the plowing does not make me win. I don't have crops to put in those fields. They're just fields. They don't win me anything. Pro Health fences 4, which is also confusing to me. I did not expect that. I'm expecting Pro Hell to build another room here still, because they get to grow next round, but then they'd have no wood. Purple, I think, is clearly going to eventually just keep taking more clay, but hell if I know. I am going to grow with a small basket. I will eventually take that reed bank, so I can play food basket. Yeah. I'm just eating 2 sheep, breeding a sheep. I at least have pretty good food with these breeding sheep. That part's nice. But yeah, I have nothing else. I've played a hawk tower that's just being thrown away, so that's not good. Postake takes more clay, which is, I guess they're gonna clay oven. They're gonna, I don't know. They're gonna build clay rooms, maybe. I mean, building clay rooms is not crazy in this game because there's so much clay injection off this tiller stuff. Prohel is gonna build the room and grow and have no wood. Okay. Purple's going to get 4 wood next round because Postake is either SPing to Reno or Postake is not SPing and 4 wood is just going to be there for Purple. So that's, yeah. Postake is taking another RSF. Okay, I will first action Reno on Postake. Like, I'm not going to, I will just renovate well here first action. I'm pretty confident it goes 4 wood, 3 wood anyhow, to be honest. So then I will be looking at a board that has 6 clay or 3 sheep. I'll just Reno well. Reno well does kill my opportunities to get the Hawk Tower room, but like I could try to Reno something else, hold on to the stone, and then what? Try to SP. Like God, we'll pay attention. Maybe there's a way to sneak the Renos in that's worthwhile. I don't think so, though. Knowing that Postake has a plow driver. Unless Postake builds a room, huh? Is Postake building a room? Is that what this is? And then Postake will Reno after building a room? In which case they're going to give me an opening to jump them? Or by jump them, I mean gives me an opening to get the double Renos off? There's a chance that I can pull off double Renos. Double Reno certainly makes my game better. Being able to open up that 4th room and the half-timbered house significantly changes how I feel about my position. But is Postake actually going to let me jump them? Or should I just take the well? Don't have answers. Prohel takes 6 clay, which does mean that 3 wood is available. But oh, how I wish I knew what Postake was doing, because it totally matters if I should Reno well, or if I should just Reno automatic water trough. Fighting for the stone Reno looks really annoying, right? It just looks really annoying. There's so many ways that it fails. I'm just gonna take the well. Just gonna take the well. The well is 4 points and 4 food. Both of those are good. I just give up on Reno Dreams. Postake just takes 3 wood. It's fine. I technically can go RSF 2 stone if I think Postake isn't going to SP for Reno. Which, I don't know. But I could go RSF here. RSF at least opens up food basket. So, like, it's not that bad of an action. And then we get to see what Postake does. And then we might get to take 2 stone. We could always pretend Prohel's going to SP for us, but unfortunately Prohel's never SP'ing for us this game because they played Equipper, although Equipper's done exactly one thing. That Equipper is also looking very weird. I guess the Equipper did play Bookcase, but The Swagman from Pro Hell's also weird, and the Fisherman's Friend is doing almost nothing. So yeah, Pro Hell's game looks pretty bleh because their cards aren't really doing anything. Purple's game is still just stupid. Just redonkulous. Purple just bought a crap ton of Muddy Puddle stuff, though. I have no idea why. They bought animals that they can't hold. And we have a Confidant. Okay, we bought animals we can't hold because we need food. Confidant is crazy good for purple here also. That's, yeah, being able to get sow and fence actions off Confidant here is incredible. Prohal takes the food, that makes sense. I could just plow. Plowing's obviously good, but if there's a chance we sneak the Hawk Tower room in, I'm gonna go for it. I'm assuming Red's gonna SP though, but Red might want to just build a room and let Hawk Tower be like only 2 fields. I'm not sure what Red's doing with the 6 clay otherwise. I guess clay oven still, Reno clay oven? Could just be Reno clay oven. Reno clay oven with Potter ceramics does make enough sense, so could just be that. We'll find out. See. We will see. Yep, Red is going to SP into Reno. Okay. Well, I would take Plow now if I get it back, but I don't know that I will. So what else do I do on the wheel here? This is a dad takes a grain. Okay, he's going to sow a grain. That makes sense. Oh, I do just get Plow back. Look at that. All right, well, that's fine. I could take 2 stone just to force Postake to Reno first action, but Postake's like definitely renovating, right? That's 100% what this SP is for at this point. Yeah, let's just take the plow. It's available. Do I have a manger? I do have a manger. Am I ever getting enough wood for manger? Probably not. Okay. Then this is fine. Oh, I also have a hide farmer. Okay, so I can still fence tight. Okay, hide farmer is still at least useful for what we're doing. Okay, how else do I score points? Food basket and getting crops in the ground eventually, obviously important. I probably am SPing aggressively for the round 12 action space at this point, because if I SP food basket, I have the crops. I also need to play newly plowed field if I actually want to use newly plowed field. That part's a little awkward, but I also don't need to use newly plowed field. I'm going to get 5 fields without fighting for them. I am going to first action SP this round. I only need 12 wood to fence, because I'll just fence tight. I'll eventually play a hide farmer. I do need food. My food's a little bit of a mess, but if I SP this round, I can also sow. Sowing crops is not bad here. Postake does just Reno. Yeah, okay. And it is just clay oven, which is why we took more clay. Okay, just Potter ceramics food, fine. Postake clearly is going to play plow driver. This is fine. Purple's probably just taking 3 wood. Yeah, I gotta assume purple's taking 3 wood for confidant fences. Yup. Prohel probably takes Spore because they have a big family and are hungry, although Prohel also needs wood at a tremendous rate. Or Prohel's just gonna bottom feed for food because of Fisherman's Friend. Okay, I am going to absolutely SP with this here handy food basket. Postake loves food basket also, so congrats, Postake. You're welcome. There's the plow driver. Turns out I guess I should have kept plow driver in the draft. If I just kept plow driver, this game would have gone so well also. But, well, no, but I had to take plow driver over cultivator. Like, ugh. Like, it's just another one of those games where, like, maybe I'm supposed to just pass the Hawk Tower. I don't know. It's just it's an annoying game in the draft of, like, you take a card and you hope to find the right combos. But did I get any plow help for cultivator in the combos? No. What did I get? I got a Hawk Tower and a half-timbered house. And I was like, well, I don't want to pass those to a plow driver. And I didn't, but Brohel gets a plow in. That's fine. I could take 2 pigs here. Taking 2 pigs and breeding pigs is actually totally fine. I just eat I eat a bunch of sheep. Okay, actually, yeah, that's actually really good. Very happy with 2 pigs, actually. This is fine. We eat these sheep. We'll breed a pig into that room. That's actually looks great. Wonderful. I'm even gonna get an extra food because Postake will buy a boar off me. Then I can sow bake these crops. That also looks great. Hopefully growth flips. I get to grow and then re-up SP with newly plowed field. That would be we're definitely hoping for growth. If we hit growth, we maybe are in this game. No, we're still not in this game. Purple's running away with this game, but we're playing for second, right? Purple's just going to win this game. They have too good of a hand, too good of a position. They've not been stopped. Postake, I still don't understand why they took 4 food over making sure that Purple didn't get 6 wood, but Postake with Plow Driver, I guess, has a pretty damn good game going too. I shouldn't underestimate this Plow Driver for Postake. They essentially just grew to 4 and have a pretty good game going also. Yeah, I don't know. 2 wood for purple. They're going to fence 15. That's great. Makes sense. 2 wood for Prohel because wood is stupidly tight. I'm not sure I actually get to fence 12 this game, but that's fine. Even if I fence like 9 or 10, this hide farm is pretty huge for honestly, even fence 7 is okay for me, isn't it? I could just fence 7, have 2 pastures, and hide farmer covers the rest. This hide farmer is going to prove pretty huge at least. And I do get to multiply my crops nicely off of what I've played. We really want growth, though, partly because I have this newly plowed field. Like, growth flipping is so good. And, yeah, Postake's going to get 2 cows here. That's pretty cool for them. Please let it be growth. Please, grow, grow, grow. The Hawk Tower dying is still so sad, because it also means our half-timbered house died. But I did get a well instead, and I was just going to get blocked on Reno if I went for it. Yeah. It's just how it goes sometimes. I'm at least going to eke out like low 40s, but, well, I don't even know if I get low 40s. If growth flips, I get low 40s. If growth doesn't flip, I don't know. I might only get upper 30s. At least the game's going along at a good pace for being another fairly annoying one that I feel like I didn't have a ton of opportunities in. But, and it is cultivation, of course. Early stone's always tricky, especially with late stone, assuming no baluster. Yeah, admittedly, the stone. Early stone reno. Yeah, the early stone reno. Like, honestly, this game was just another trash game of 4th seat with no fucking tempo and partly the wrong draft. But honestly, I don't even know if I regret the draft choices as much as just the way the packs effing broke. Like, I can't chalk all these games up to. Maybe I can chalk all these games up to bad luck, though, right? Like, it's still only like a streak of like 4 games. It's not clear to me that I'm actually playing that poorly as much as I'm just being put in really tough situations recently. Like, if you hand me Purple's position in the draft, I assume I'm doing just as well as Purple. Like, I first pick a tiller. I probably early picked a Muddy Puddles. I get handed a Potato Digger. I get handed a Loam Pit. Like, I don't know. I don't think I F that up either. And I'm second seat. Do I take 2 cows over Plow Sow? Is this ever 2 cows over Plow Sow, actually? Huh. Fascinating. The only way to know for sure? Well, hey, I played another one and I could get wrecked again. But, this could be 2 cows in Crazy Worlds. And then I just play Newly Plowed Field on SP. The fact that I do have Newly Plowed Field makes this field less exciting, unfortunately. Maybe I do take 2 cows here. 2 cows really messes with what other people are predicting. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. All right. We hope SP comes back, but even if SP doesn't come back, I think this is an okay enough move. I honestly will just like take fence 7 if it comes back to me and try to take 2 sheep this round or something. Like, I guess this is a dad probably takes the sheep though. The extra food can't hurt with Hide Farmer. Yeah, exactly. I need a lot of food anyhow. And I have okay other actions, and 2 cows is basically very strong also. And it forces slightly more chaos to the players after me. Ooh, the tumbrel value though. I forgot the tumbrel value. That's pretty cool actually. This tumbrel is fun with Stable Planner. Anyhow, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're losing this by a decent bit though. I mean, purple's absolutely looks like they've ran away with it. Not hitting growth there is a huge bummer, but like sometimes this is just what you have to do. You have to just you put yourself in a position and you hope. Like if I hit growth there, I think I'm still probably behind purple. Purple's game's stupid, but like again, sometimes you just don't get the breaks you need in a game. I was 4-seat for pretty much all of stage 1. Maybe I should have drafted something to make that better. I am gonna relook at the draft here because I am curious. Like maybe I made some slightly poor decision in the draft that could have helped me out here more. But honestly, this just feels like another game where I just couldn't take my preferred actions for much too long, and it's just led to death. Also, why the hell did this as a dad take 3 read in that random round? It's still annoying to me. Like, once again, this is a game where I also think my opponents made slightly weird choices every once in a while that also just hurt me. Um, which is like fine, but Postic and This Is a Dad not fighting for growth in round 5, nobody SPing is just really annoying. It's like, okay, you guys are fighting for all the room parts early, but then we're not actually going to fight for growth. The one guy that wishes I could do any of that, okay, we do get re-up SP though, welcome. Keeping late game miners paying off. But I guess I technically can actually use its ability, but the fact newly plowed field lets you plow a random ass space is dumb, so I'll just not be dumb. I'll just do the right thing. But I still might just fence 7 here as my next action. Like fence 7 looks totally fine, and then I still think I'm taking grow next round rather than plow sow. Right? I would rather grow, and then I could even just SP again with automatic water trough to get a sheep into plow sow in round 14. Yeah, I think I just slam grow next round. This is a dad is definitely going to reno BMW. That's solid. They need points. It's fine. Postic buys a stone. Okay, they're going to buy their way to stone oven. The reno queue is totally solved. So no, stone oven's going right now to pro hell. No, fireplace. Okay. And then pro hell's 1 RSF away from reno. Okay, so yeah, lots of stone houses are coming in. Yeah, I'll just fence 7, right? Like, just fence 7. We have a hide farmer. Like, fencing more spaces really doesn't buy me much. I'm not going to fence this stable. Fencing this stable does help. Like, it's an extra point, but I think capacity-wise, it's probably not an extra point. Well, actually, wait a sec. Let's think about that. Am I actually getting enough animals to care? I hold 4 cows, I hold a pig, and I hold a sheep. And I just hide farmer a shit ton of spaces. I don't know that I need the stable master extra capacity. I don't plan to get a sheep pile next round, right? Like, This Is a Dad should be taking 2 sheep. And I'm just going to automatic water trough a sheep, yeah. Okay. I mean, this could be wrong if it turns out I'm actually able to breed more animals, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think having capacity for only 7 animals is fine. It's, again, is this great? No. I mean, like, I'm still looking at low 40s probably. And This Is a Dad is easily mid 40s, if not going to push 50. But is Postek also easily low 40s? Yeah. But Maybe it cost me a point at worst, which I could buy back for a food. Well, it possibly cost me more than a point due to. Well, no, I guess you're right. You're right, HIKLJ. There's like no scenario where I wind up with enough animals that fencing the other way was 2 points better, right? Yeah, there's like no way. So no, yeah, this fencing's just always right. Even if I get a huge sheep pile next round, whatever, I just eat all the sheep. I need a ton of food still, to be honest. Like, I'm not fed for my family size, and I'm definitely not fed for like a 5 food hide farmer at the moment. So, um, like traveling players for 6 food next round probably is a pretty good action for me, actually. Um, yeah. Postake's manually plowing, hilarious. That's a 1 point plow off the upcoming plow driver stuff. Yeah, they undo that. Like, that's so weak with plow driver. Postake might just take 5 food here, actually. But the fact Postake doesn't have good actions is good news for us. Postake not having good actions is how we possibly beat them. But I'm not totally convinced I can actually beat Postake either. Although I guess our point scores are very similar. Postake does have a gift basket, so Postake might actually SP on me next round. Or Postake could just play gift basket right now, but I guess they're probably trying to avoid that. Postake starting on me next round is really annoying, actually, now that I think about it. It's very possible, though. I'm not sure. I hope Postake doesn't want to SP, but I can't discount the possibility. Pro Hell getting last action plow is hilarious, but it totally makes sense. Again, there's just no plow pressure. Like, okay. Yeah. It does look like I at least beat Pro Hell still, I'm pretty sure, so that's good news, but this is a dad is getting a free sow here, but interesting bet by Purple that their game was good enough to not fight for first grow. I mean, I understand why Purple didn't fight for first grow because they were easily going to get second grow, and they wanted to set themselves up to actually have miners worth playing while fighting for growth. What confuses me is that Purple decided to take 3 read, and then they got SP on the wheel and they couldn't take it because they still weren't set up. I think they should have ocked in round 5 and then been ready to drop some cards, but anyhow, they did what they did. All right. Purple, red, please don't SP. Oh, good, red, you're not SPing. Glorious, thank you. Yes, do this. I actually think red is better off SP food basket into plow sow, to be completely honest. Like, they get to sow more crops, but, you know, whatever. I will not complain. I would love to get SP back, obviously. I will absolutely be an SP monster in the late game. I'm perfectly happy throwing down an automatic water trough for plow sow, but I will also take 3 sheep. I don't know why this is a dad didn't take sheep last round, actually. They took day labor. That seems like a mistake. Oh, I guess they already have 1 sheep. That's the issue. I keep forgetting they already actually had this sheep. Okay, yeah. This is a dad is kind of running out of points, but not terribly so. Wow, they're just going to run a BMW, though. Okay. Well, Pro Hell, first or last? I don't really care if Pro Hell SPs either, to be fair. Pro Hell SPing is fine for me. I mean, they probably take plow sow, but then I get another grow action, and I'll just manually sow this round. Yeah, okay, they are going to SP. It's fine. You honestly like this so big for them last round for red with the Potter Ceramics versus plow sowing here for the 1 extra plow point. Yeah, I agree, Ace of Spade. I don't really like how red's played this endgame, but Overhaul is spicy. Overhaul is a 2-point miner for me with my wood, right? I can add 3 fences. I mean, I guess it's only like a 1-point mine. It's like 1.1 food miner. So that's actually not that great for me. But I could just plow here, but I'm being offered 3 sheep, and I don't have to automatic water trough then. Actually, yeah, this is just clearly better than automatic water trough. This is, yeah, this is food and points. Food and points is incredible. Oh, and I'm gonna get paid a food from Postake. Fantastic. Yes. Do this. All right. Is Prohel always opening Plowsow? Yes, I think so, right? Prohel's always opening Plowsow, so I should probably just plow on the wheel, although Prohel's probably plowing on the wheel. Yeah, who knows? I definitely need to play Hide Farmer to have any shot in this game. Hide Farmer obviously has to come down. What else needs to happen? I mean, I still need a lot. Hide Farmer is only 5 points, and I'm only breeding 1 point. So I'm at a whopping 33 after playing Hide Farmer. I plow to 35. I sow some crops. Yeah, I'm not even trying to get to 40, but now Overhaul is 2 points. I don't think it's 2 points, right? It's just still a point in a wood. Or a point in a food, not a wood, but a point in a food, right? Because I'm going to play Hide Farmer. Sheep in pasture. Oh, I can breed sheep. Ooh, I see. I see. Yeah, if I play Overhaul, I can hold an extra... I can hold an extra breeding pair. Yeah, sheep capacity. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that might be enough reason just to play it here. The one downside of playing is that it also helps Postic, and I'm probably trying to figure out how to actually beat Postic. I'm still trying to figure out how to beat Prohel too. Like, again, Purple's going to win this game, but the rest of us are fighting to hit upper 30s, low 40s. But I guess this is my best move, right? Next round, I have 4 actions to try to solve everything. We'll see what happens. I probably still have to just eat these sheep that I'm going to breed, to be honest, because food-wise, I don't think we're fully solved, but it's also -1 food. -2 from eating sheep, +1 from hide. Well, yeah, to be honest, I think I'm probably still actually eating my sheep down. I think what I've played Overhaul here for was probably just to breed a sheep. So it probably turned into an action here for 1.3. It's 1 point and 3 food, and 3 food's probably worth a point to me. Something like that. So it was probably like quasi a 2-point action. It's hard to say for sure, to be honest. But I mean, it's not that hard to say. I would have to math it out, and I'm just not going to math it out. So Cube Cutter for purple. Wow, we are desperate for points. Cube Cutter is a desperation for points. Purple's point cap themselves a little much, but I mean, purple's still going to win. But looks like purple needed to dream of a slightly bigger game plan than what they did, but it might not matter. I'm assuming Prohel is plow sowing. I've got to assume that, right? So then Prohel's going to plow sow and run offense. I'm going to family grow next round because plowing is not actually very good for me. I mean, it opens up a spot to sow another crop, but it's not even a 2-point play because I'm playing Hide Farmer. So plowing really not very good action for me. I mean, it gives Prohel even more opportunity to plow, but how bad is Prohel actually competing here? Prohel fences 5 points, Reno is 4 points, 9 points. Prohel plows is 11 and sows for 15 more points. Prohel's at 33 and has 2 actions remaining. And breeds 1 is 34, but is also not fed. Okay, yeah, Prohel's not actually... I don't think Prohel's actually competing here, but... What's the deal with Prohel's these days? You remember there's a controversy. Did that all get resolved? I don't think it's all resolved at all. I wound up never actually red thumbing Prohel's main account, but Prohel's... I don't know. I don't know what to say about Prohel. I don't even know for sure what happened in the past. Prohel quit a lot of games. That part was definitely known. And then it seemed like I don't know. I don't want to get involved. There was other speculations. I'm not sure. Okay. Sowing is a pretty good action for me this round, obviously, but I guess red might take it. I don't know. I'm just going to grow first action, try to sow next action, try to hide farmer, and I don't know what else. But I think that's the correct thing for me to be doing. I think growing is definitely correct. Postake has like no points, really. I mean, I guess they have overhaul. Overhaul's worth points, but growing is definitely Postake's best action, so I think I have to try to slam it to have any shot. And so does instantly go away, though, so that's kind of known, but oh well. I can eat 2 grain now, is the upshot. So I am pretty well fed, actually, is the good news. The bad news is I don't really have points either, but Cube Cutter can have been correct. So Clay Reed all seem more efficient than Ock and Wood for 1 each. Well, Cube Cutter comes with a wood, right? To be clear. But I guess you're saying is, yeah, is this as a dad actually taking more wood? Or was Cube Cutter truly a 1 play? I'm not convinced Cube Cutter was correct either, though. Like, Cube Cutter was multiple food. Oh, wow, this is a dad is Ocking again. Transactor. Transactor does kind of make sense for this as a dad. That makes their guilds kind of good, and it sort of makes the Cube Cutter better. Getting Ock blocked here would be rough. Makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, the Cube Cutter makes a lot more sense with Transactor. They actually played all of their Ocks, which is kind of crazy. Congrats to This Is a Dad for finding use for all their cards here. If ProHell somehow has any Ock worth playing, we are in trouble. Okay, but ProHell luckily does not have a reason. They're just going to plow. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. All right, we were nearly very dead. We still need a lot of food, though, actually. Need a lot of food, and there's not a lot of food on the board. So, 4 wooded to 2 stables is an okay remaining part of my game. Otherwise, I am... Yeah, I can currently eat 2 grain, so I'm fed, but then I need 5 food for hide farmer, which I guess is eating 2 sheep, and then I still need another food. So, yeah. Yeah, this is overhaul for Postake, presumably. No, it's joinery. Okay. I mean... Overhaul is just better than joinery for them due to tiebreakers, but who am I to say otherwise? I am being offered 4 wooded to 2 stables. However, if I go 4 wooded to 2 stables, I have to eat some cow points, which doesn't sound very alluring. Am I getting thrown a food from anybody for any reason whatsoever? I don't think so, which is a sad thing. So, what else can I do that's better than 4 wooded to 2 stables? Seems worse than food. It might be. That's what we're working. That's what we're mathing out. It's not actually obvious that's true. The thing is, my food actions are terrible, right? I can take 3 food as an action. Like, I take 3 food, and then I take a veg, which is 2 food. I don't think that's better than wooded to stables. Hey, ProHell. ProHell obviously is Reno fencing as their last action. Is the thought to stable inside pasture? Well, obviously, I mean, stabling inside the pastures. The 2 stables are clearly going inside the pastures. We have a hide farmer. Yeah, we're not putting the stables outside the pastures. We're not crazy. I'm pretty sure this is the best line. Like, I don't think taking food is better than this. Also, this at least denies resources to people that want them. Like, Postake's best move might be for wood. And so now, like... Well, this is food basket from Postake, finally? Yeah, okay. Tragic game all around? Yeah. Your game was miserable. You had to de-draft stuff and had nothing to play with. Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt too. Although I don't exactly know what you de-drafted from me, so we'll find out. But I agree. I first looked at a plow driver and a cultivator, and I'm like, ooh, cultivator's more flexible. I'll take cultivator. But then what comes into my hand? A hawk tower, a half timbered house. And I'm like, fine, I took the hawk tower. Oh, now I have a hawk tower. I should take a half timbered house. But of course, predictably, the plow driver got taken very highly and was part of somebody else's game plan. So then I'm fighting for Renos. But of course, I'm fourth seat and I don't get any of my preferred actions early. And I wind up completely having no tempo on effing anything. Postek forces out a fireplace, ultimately because they have a buyer and stuff. But like Postek has the tempo on like exactly the game I want to be doing in first seat. And so yeah, just another pretty miserable game for me too, in terms of like just everything I want to be doing is getting blocked. And purple just obviously has way too good of a game. I don't know why Postek didn't dedraft Lone Pit. It's also very annoying to me that happened, but so be it. You dedrafted a cottager. Gotcha. You do not understand why purple allowed 6 wood to block your fisherman. I also didn't understand that. I said it at the time that I'm like, purple, if you're trying to win this game at all, purple's clearly in the lead. You can't hand them 6 wood. You have to SP for 6 wood, or you have to take 3 wood there. You can't take 4 food. Like, that was absolutely insane to me. I agree. That was like punching the wrong player and was nuts, which was also just, again, it was a frustrating game to watch. It was frustrating to watch these two players get all the room parts. Of course, nobody wanted to SP early. Maybe I was supposed to draft something with which to SP with more aggressively early, but I don't remember what was in the draft that makes any sense to play early. Like, everybody's minors that they actually chose to utilize this game were all, like, mid to late game stuff, right? Nobody had a card that was like, ooh, this should really come down to early. So I felt like I was just stuck fourth seat with no real answer. Like, I could have SP not in round 1, and maybe it turns out that was the play, but, like, it so rarely feels like that's the play that I would naturally lean into doing that. But so it just, yeah, it felt like a frustrating game here too. And then, yeah, once I realized that the Lone Pit actually made its way to a first pick tiller, and that's what was happening, I was just like, well, yeah. You played 3 useless ox and a 2-wood miner that did nothing. Yeah, I watched. I agree. I was watching your game. I'm like, why did we play Swagman? Why did we play like Equipper did? Yeah, I agree. It's like these things happen, but yeah, your game was very rough because yeah, you did that. Oh, I can eat the sheep I bred. I can use the sheep I bred for hide farmer. Oh, guys, this was so much better. This was so much better. Duh, I forgot you can do this. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that was a whole point better. The stables were clearly best line then. Did I tie Postek after all this? I think I exactly tied Postek. I did exactly tie Postek. Okay, so we tied for second. Honestly, better result than I feared after that mess of a game. But yeah, purple just ran away with that. It's another effing game where I felt I had no actual control. I'm going to peek at this one a little because there might be ways for me to do a little better, but I think this is just another run of just Agricola has been rude to me lately. Like, I don't think I can do anything in this game really significantly different enough to beat a tiller Lone Pit with what I wound up with. I mean, maybe. I have to get the half-timbered house to have any chance. Not hitting growth in 12 was also just really effing bad and obnoxious. If I hit growth in 12 this game, I at least beat Postek then, but you were actually pretty happy with that 38 without cards, so whatever. I don't think you should be too sad either. I agree. Ended with 38 given what you had to do. Not terrible. I think Postek should definitely have done better than 40. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Probably. Postek was freaking first seed and had lots of control in this game, and I feel like they let purple run away with it a bit. Postek took a couple actions that I don't really think make much sense to me, but SPing for fireplace being one of them, like, my gosh. But tied for second? Yeah, hey, tied for second is not terrible here. I mean, we talked about this with Chris Ho the other day. I'm saying that I'm on a pretty rough streak of Agricola, and I feel like I am, but like realistically, my rough streak doesn't even feature that many losses. It just features a lot of games I had no control in because somebody else got the nuts. But at least I'm managing to not like completely die. Like I took a third place in this game where 2 people ran away. Like I had no ability to beat Various Weather or Smurfodon in this one though, so whatever. This game I at least got third instead of fourth, which was like a mini miracle. And then this game I've tied for second. Like I don't know. We go back to this game. This was very tight and I lost it by a little. Really I guess it's not that. It's just been 3 games in a row is all it's been. It's been 3 games in a row where I felt like I had no control over certain players and I had no chance. That part sucks because I don't think it's that common. But oh well. All right. I did want to peek at the draft here, but Red took 2 in round 13, which denied you to take 4 wood at 14 with that fencing stuff, and he did not even spend the wood. Didn't Red spend the wood? They spent it on joinery, right? If it was you, you would have tried 2-room after that train wreck of a first harvest. So, out of curiosity, Laser Trip, what's your theory with 2-room, though? Like, probably with the result that you get 4th rather than 2nd? Oh, okay. Yeah, basically, I don't understand the idea behind 2-rooming with this game plan. Some games getting 2nd is a win. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would have liked to get 2nd alone, but realistically, I agree. I think that's what I'm on a rough streak of. I think I'm on a rough streak of feeling like I'm in games that I have no control. Like I'm just on a streak of games where I have to be fighting for 2nd or 3rd, and that's unfortunate because I don't think that happens that often. I don't think there's that many games that you just like are screwed. But I think I'm just on a run of 3 games that I was just screwed on. But that's fine. It will turn around. But it's just sad. With that said, Pro Hell, them building joinery was weird too, so like whatever. Oh wow, yeah, you did take a cottager. I don't know that you had to take a cottager. Oh, but you passed a loam pit. Duh. You passed a loam pit, so you didn't want to pass the cottager. So yeah, this guy took Tiller Puddles. Puddles is slightly interesting with Tiller. I don't know that I would take Puddles here. Puddles is like, you need a bunch of clay injection for Puddles to be very good. I guess you're thinking Field Clay might come around, and then Field Clay helps enable your Puddles off Tiller. Okay, I don't hate that. I would generally take the half-timbered house, though. Tiller really likes you to have 4 family members. Like, as I said in the game, like, playing Tiller in Stage 1 and using it Stage 1's not that good. The only reason Tiller became a monster for this guy on 3 family members is because he also wound up with a loam pit. But otherwise, Tiller really often wants you to have 4 actions and be able to spend the 4th action plowing, which would have worked pretty well this game. And then Half-Timbered House is pretty nice on a 4-room game for Celian, but I guess, hey, the Puddles really paid off for them too. So, whatever. You develop your farm better and you grow with Hawk Towers. So that's your theory for 2 rooms. So the problem is I don't think you develop your farm that much better though, right? Because the main issue is if you do that, you're also on 2 family members. So, yeah, you get your farm a little better developed, maybe, but you also lose a couple actions. So, maybe. I guess you do wind up with a stone house, whereas I didn't. And you'd fence a bit sooner. The thing is, I really wasn't missing that many farm points. Mostly not sowing crops again is where I missed out on farm points at the end, though. But I had 3 pastures, 3 fenced stables. Like, I think part of the thing is that the hide farmer slightly negates the advantage, I think, of 2 family members. Hide farmer really slightly changes your farming points math, but, like, my endgame points included 3 points of fields, 3 points of stables, 3 points of pastures. It was missing crop points. I did get sow blocked. If I had better sow tempo, I guess I could have wound up with significantly better crop points, and maybe that is enough of a difference, because then you also wind up with a stone house. Although I think you don't necessarily wind up maxing family like I did, and I don't know that you have time to do the stables. But maybe it works. The 2-room line was worth going for. It would have been interesting. So, although I don't know, do you get the well in a 2-room line? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers to all this, but it's fine. Anyhow, this guy's draft, we wind up with a Confidant second pick. That makes a lot of sense. Pioneering Spirits, whatever. And then we get handed a Loam Pit. Oh, not even a Loam Pit yet. It's a fucking fourth pick Loam Pit, because of course it is. Potato Digger is amazing with Tiller. Potato Digger, awesome here. Horse-drawn boat, less clearly great, but totally fine. But yeah, fourth pick Loam Pit to reward our Tiller. Ugh. Blech. All right. Why did we not de-draft Loam Pit? Come on, Postake. Answer it for me. First picking Stable Planner makes all the sense in the world. First picking Shifting Cultivation is fine. I would rather pick Newly Plowed Field, usually. Newly Plowed Field is also a free field tile, but it's truly free rather than 2 food. But the flexibility of Shifting Cultivation, fine. None of the rest of the miners are incredible there. We pick Plow Driver. Plow Driver is the strongest card left in this pack. It's totally fine. Writing Desk is also often fairly strong. However, I feel like the Ox, both of the packs we've looked at thus far, I feel like you should know that you don't really want Writing Desk this game, probably. But I guess, do you really want a horse-drawn boat? With a Stable Planner, actually, I think the answer is yes. I do really want a horse-drawn boat. I have rooms to put all the sheep. I'm going to do stuff with sheep. But whatever. Writing Desk is fine. Writing Desk is a strong card, too. And to be fair, if we passed Writing Desk this game, Purple played all their cards. So Writing Desk could have been kind of nuts for Purple, so whatever. But okay, we take Christianity instead of Loam Pit. No, just no. You didn't even ever play Christianity, and you totally lost a game because you passed Loam Pit. You need to de-draft the strongest cards sometimes, and not even just de-draft. Loam Pit's a free point, free point. It's a food to a point. You can use Loam Pit once or twice yourself for some clay. I don't know. We can't take Christianity here. Christianity's like the 4th best. Yeah, I agree. You hated yourself so much for not taking Loam Pit after you saw the Cottager. Yeah, I'm about to look at your draft. I'm curious why you didn't first pick Loam Pit, but I'm assuming you had a pretty good reason or a good miner. I don't even remember what it was, but you can't take Christianity here. Why are you even going to have one sheep? You took Sheep Keeper and you have a Stable Planner. You're just breeding sheep. Why do we have one sheep? There's no clear reason you're going to have a sheep with this hand and this game plan. I really dislike this pick. You got to take a Loam Pit here. I mean, you didn't pass a Day Laborer card, so I guess it's fine. I do like the Tumbrel pick here with the Stable Planner. That's just cute. The Tumbrel with the Stable Planner, cute. So, all right. And Pro Hell, first pick Bookcase, duh. Of course you first picked Bookcase. That's what you did. You first picked a Bookcase. That's obviously entirely defensible. Bookcase is very strong, Loam Pit's very strong, but you're not usually going to get past Day Laborer cards, so why first pick a Loam Pit when you could just take a Bookcase? Maybe they were set on one stable, early Fireplace, Sheep Grab for food and Christianity. I mean, to be fair, they were pretty set on that Ace of Spade. They very much were first seat. They took 2 clay. They SP'd for freaking Fireplace in round 3. They built Fireplace round 4. I still took the sheep from them because I had a Stable Master on the table, though. It was obvious I was going to take the sheep. And then they eventually wound up taking sheep and breeding them and just never playing Christianity because they always had breeding sheep. I don't think it's that hard to realize that's going to happen, though. But again, this is the difference between ratings and players. I think it's just a clear mistake, though, to take Christianity in that position. But it happens. Taking Bookcase here, though, super defensible. You might even get Potato Harvester back. If anything, you could first pick a Potato Harvester, honestly. With a Bookcase, first picking Potato Harvester, I think is totally fine in this pack. This pack is so bleh. This Ock pack is so sad. I mean, another reason that you lose Pro Hell is you're first picking this stuff, and other people are first picking Cultivator and Tiller. We're not on the same playing field, right? Yeah, you first pick a Swagman. I mean, it's fine, I guess. You're hoping to find Grain Seeds combos, but oh wow, you had a Mole Plow this game, and you just didn't need it because there was so much plows and not enough wood. Okay, yeah, I mean, taking Mole Plow is pretty obvious with this hand. I guess because you're taking a Cottager, you could take a Half-Timbered House, but Yeah, you're mostly just having to de-draft Cottager here because you handed it to a Loam Pit, and none of the rest of these Ox are so crazy good. I mean, Tree Farm Joiner, I guess. Maybe you take and you just pass the Cottager and you hope. I don't know. Um, but I think this makes enough sense, so... Oh, and you take Pattern Maker. Pattern Maker is a bit bold here, and you're hoping to have enough veg to make this work. Those are a little aspirational, but... Alright, finally, I'm peeking at my draft. Was there any card I should have drafted at some point in this draft to SP with in the early rounds? Opening pack, answer is no. Nothing is worth playing anywhere near stage 1. Well, actually, Horse-drawn Boat's totally fine playing stage 1, but like you have to get 3 Ox down. Riding Desk can be worth playing at stage 1, but you need 2 Ox down. Like, none of these are like, ooh, this is my answer for if I want to start player in round 1 or 2. Here, admittedly here, I could take a Potter Ceramics, I guess, if I just really want a card to start player with early. This is the main argument. I could have taken the Potter Ceramics, I guess, but again, Potter Ceramics not that strong when you have no bake help. It doesn't really do anything. I guess I could take Tumbrel here. I could take Tumbrel. Do I ever take Tumbrel over Half-Timbered House, though? Like, I guess maybe. But no, I don't know that I'm going to wind up being stuck last for all of stage 1. And I have a Hawk Tower in my hand, and I can take a Half-Timbered House. I don't know. I don't think I regret taking Half-Timbered House. Sometimes you have to just draft to give yourself a chance to win, and some games just don't break your way. But like, if you don't have the cards that give yourselves an opportunity to win, like, how am I going to beat purple this game with what happened? The only way I'm beating purple is probably if the Hawk Tower Half-Timbered House stuff works out for me, right? If I just have a random ass Tumbrel so I can at least not be... Like, maybe I get better tempo and I get better actions, but then what do I build my game around with those actions? Nothing? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, though. Maybe I can... Instead of newly plowed field... Maybe I don't need newly plowed field, although I've not seen that much plow help. I don't know there's a tiller. I don't know there's a mole plow. But I could have taken a card here. Although, again, these also aren't really the answer for starting early and solving my game. Yeah, I don't know. This is fine. It looks like passing the plow driver and having to de-draft some stuff hurt my draft. Yes. Again, that's also just how some drafts work, right? But that's kind of in retrospect. Yeah, exactly. Like, I said at the time, I'm 4th seat. I can take Cultivator, which is basically, I view, about as strong as Plow Driver. But Cultivator is more flexible. It hits combos if I get passed with Plows or some other things. Plow Driver, like, often actively works against many cards. It just so happens that, of course, I got past a Hawk Tower, which combos great with Plow Driver. But... I could have just as easily been past a mole plow or something and then been incredibly happy with Cultivator. But you don't know these things in draft. But I'm 4th seat. Plow Driver really wants a bunch of early RSF actions usually. Which, by the way, is another thing that frustrates me slightly about this. Well, okay, no, actually, Postek played Stable Planner in round 1. Playing Stable Planner in round 1 makes sense. I'm totally fine with actually Stable Planner in round 1. But Postek did not take RSF in stage 1, right? Like, what are you doing? Playing Stable Planner in round 1 so you can get your breeding sheep going, I totally am okay with. But like, otherwise you want to spam RSF. Like, they did not take RSF in round 2, did they? They just handed the early RSF actions to purple. They took 2 read in round 2, I think. I, firmly disagree with that. But yeah, anyhow, Ace of Spade, I definitely agree that the other thing that's been happening to me a little bit lately is that, yeah, my drafts are just not, coming together beautifully. It's not like I just wind up with a wildly synergistic great hand that's, clearly going to do great. And instead, my opponents have that, where they have I have the tiller and the loam pit. I build my game around that, and it just doesn't really matter what happens. You never saw that Swagman before and you thought it could be pretty strong to jump the build queue, but there was no room fights. Yeah. And Ace of Spades is correct. Swagman is, I would say, mostly useless, but every once in a while it goes crazy. Every once in a while you could do shenanigans with it. A lot of times you're just hoping to have any other grain seed support with it too, so that you can like play it alongside another grain seeds card, so that anything happens. But this was, by the way, the position where I could have SP Nada. It turns out this game SP Nada might have been correct. Postake taking 2 read here is nuts to me. I cannot support the 2 read grab here. Like, you have a plow driver, spam RSF. Spam RSF. That's how you actually get plow driver down. I mean, it turns out they did get plow driver down anyhow. But, like, you also have a buyer. You're going to get extra read later. I guess the 2 read gives you slightly better room tempo. And it turns out that helped you. And you did grow first because somehow nobody fought you. But, like, you weren't ready to SP in round 5. And you didn't build room in round 4. So why are we fighting for room tempo if we're not going to actually execute on that game plan? I don't have an answer. But this is why Postake takes more clay in round 4, is just for Reno parts. But yeah, not taking RSF is wild to me. But again, I guess who am I to tell these players to do other stuff? But yeah, like, I would have been opening RSF both of these last 2 rounds as Postake, not handing RSF to the player after me. But oh well. I also would not SP here as Postake. Why are we SPing for a fireplace when a person just played... Somebody just played Stable Master. What are we doing? Why are we fighting for a fireplace? Especially if we're about to take more clay anyhow. Just take 3 more wood. Or take bottom feeding. Well, I guess this is your food action. Okay, Tumbril does immediately give 2 food. So it's not that bad. But at the same time, we start player into fireplace and let the person after us build the first room? Or do we actually decide to build? I don't remember anymore. I think we build fireplace though, right? Like, we almost build a room, and then we talk ourselves into fireplace anyhow. I mean, I guess you have a buyer and you eventually need this anyhow, but... like, just take 4 clay on the wheel, which you do anyhow, and build a hearth or something. It's whatever, but annoying, frustrating. Anyhow, I don't need to blab about other people's games and yell at how they should be playing when I can barely beat them, I guess. But hopefully we'll have an Agricola game where we just get a different seat, and then, we have way more chances and we have way more control and we can actually do things. But we'll see what happens. You would have built Hearth on them? Okay, so Prohel, you build Hearth on them anyhow, sure, right? You build Hearth. Oh, well? Like, you're going to build the Hearth then, right? Like, they're building a fireplace with that action, and they're not going to get the sheep. They're eventually, I guess, going to use the fireplace, but, like, we took 2 read earlier, too. Like, to me, it's just not a cohesive opening. It's like, why did we take 2 read to have better tempo on room parts if we're not going to actually exploit our tempo on room parts by building first? Why did we not prioritize RSFs then if we're going to instead try to prioritize our Renos and fireplaces? Like, I don't know. You would have never built fireplace there? I agree, but them not building there could have broken, so they grow last, though. Seems like a risky move. Completely agreed. I think it's wrong. I think it's probably wrong. Maybe if no Stable Master. I agree that if there's no Stable Master, them building fireplace in order to lock up sheep is much closer to reasonable. I don't know that I would do it, but given that they have... Actually, given they have a Stable Planner, I do think I would do it, because they played round 1 Stable Planner, and so as long as they can get a sheep grab, they can hold sheep on their farm, be breeding sheep at the end of stage 2. That's a very nice food position. I'm totally, like, it's cool. But when you're building a fireplace, like, you're not going to get that first sheep grab, because you know the guy with Stable Master is going to take it. Yes, you want the second sheep grab, but that gives you a lot of actions to still worry about fireplacing and hearthing. And you know other people are going to be building hearths and stuff on you soon anyhow, which is exactly what happened. Like, you built the hearth in round 5 anyhow. And there was pressure on taking sheep. Like,
I don't think the fireplace move got them tempo on really anything, and I think they got fairly lucky that growth flipped in 6, and that purple for some reason didn't like change things up. Like Paste could have had a significantly worse game if purple actually didn't take 3 read in round 5. If purple in round 5 oct and then SP Lone Pit and then just was ready to grow. However, I guess the problem is, I guess the reason purple didn't do that sequence is because instead what they got to do is SP Lone Pit, they day labored, and then they had Muddy Puddles to play on growth. Yeah, but yeah, so everything this game was actually warped by the fact that there was not a lot of miners that were worth playing early. So that's also just really annoying when you're 4th seat and you wind up in a draft where nobody wants to be SP'd early. I was just last for the first 6 rounds of the game. Like, at least I got second, I guess. Yeah, like I guess it's just one of those games. But yeah, really annoying when drafts kind of shape that way, that just nobody has cards worth playing, because then yeah, people don't even fight for the first growth by SP. And I will say, Pro Hell, I am very glad that you and I were able to just build and grow without starting. I'm glad that you and I both, like, I was glad to realize during the mid game, I was like, okay, yeah, Pro Hell's smart enough. He's just building and gonna get to grow without starting. The game is breaking just nicely enough. I will also get to build and grow without starting. That was very good for both of us. Yes, I agree. That was like the only nice early break for both of us, is that at least Postake and Purple were not so aggressive about grabbing second room parts, because they could have really messed with us. You only started once in 13 because you was afraid. I was going to start on you a third time in a row. Yeah. I definitely was planning to just SP automatic water trough for a sheep and then take plow sow to open round 14. So you were in position to take first or last. I wound up with a lot of miners worth playing in the late game. So that part was yeah. That was a wise start player on you. I am sorry that you were in the position you were in, because yeah, I really, my game wanted the family growth actions. It wanted the, like, I didn't have much to do other than start player. To be honest, it's not clear to me that some of the other players had better things to do than start player, though, too. Like, I'm kind of surprised Purple didn't SP for growth, because they kind of were running out of things worth doing. But, I mean, they also had a big enough buffer they could kind of do whatever they wanted. But I'm not convinced that Purple played the sharpest endgame there, but you were lucky you could last action red fence. Yeah, that part was kind of fortunate. Although, again, like, yeah, everybody was renovating pretty early this game. Between Hawk Tower Plow Driver, there was just a lot of reasons to reno early. And then Purple also decided to force their way in on renos early just because they had lots of clay. So, yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, that was an interesting enough game. I'm hoping actually to stream another one tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll finally get it. Well, finally. Hopefully, we'll get back on the streak of feeling like we have a little more control and that somebody's not just running away with the game. Even if I don't win, I just want games that feel more competitive instead of at the end of stage 2, I'm like, oh, yeah, this guy's probably going to win, and then they go on to win. I would like that. That'd be nice. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get that. But thanks everybody for hanging out, chatting. It's been good. I'll see everybody around later. Bye.